Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to explain what is RAID 0, 1, and 10. Let's start off with what is RAID, period. RAID stands for Random Array of Inexpensive or Independent Disks. The definition changed a little bit. I'm not sure if it's inexpensive or independent right now, but either of them, they're the same thing. Okay, so a RAID is where you can take multiple hard drives and link them together as one hard drive. You can sort of do this in Windows and Mac OS, but it's a little more difficult. But if you've seen like NAS storage, FreeNAS is actually an operating system in which you can create your own little server per se. And I had a little NAS server for years, and it worked really good until the end when I lost a hard drive. And this leads to RAID 0. RAID 0 is the least secure, but also the fastest version of RAID. And what RAID 0 is you don't even have to get the same size drives for RAID 0. You can just throw whatever drives you want. It'll obviously work better if you use the same size drives. But say you have two 1 terabyte hard drives, and then you have a RAID 0, it's like, boom, smash them together, and now you have 2 terabytes. Not only that, it gets better, because now you have the performance of 2 hard drives instead of just 1. The way that it works is that your operating system will write to the disks at the same time. So it'll write say you're putting a video, it'll put half the video on one drive and then the other half on the other drive, but it'll be doing it at the same time, so speed can potentially be doubled in a RAID 0. And that can be increased by the amount of drives that you add. Alright, so RAID 0 is the best, right? RAID 0 is amazing, we should get RAID 0, it's the fastest. Not so fast. Because you're smashing these hard drives together to create one giant hard drive, what happens if you lose one? Wah, wah, wah. You lose all the data. So while RAID 1 is the fastest, it is the least secure, and is kind of a really, really bad idea. So what about RAID 1? RAID 1 is the slowest version of RAID. It is slow. You get the performance of 1 hard drive, and you get the storage capacity of 1 drive, but you get the cost of 2 drives. Well, that sounds horrible. So what is the point of RAID 1 then? Redundancy. With RAID 1, everything that you write to one disk will be written to the other disk. So you have a fail-safe. If one hard drive goes down, you have the other one. So it's like having a backup copy. That's the point of RAID 1, redundancy. Alright, now what about RAID 10? 10 is such a much bigger number than 1 and 0, even though 0 is not really a number. But anyway, RAID 10 must be amazing, right? And you would be right, if you have the money for it. You need a minimum of 4 drives in order for RAID 10 to work. Now, it's not really RAID 10, it's more like RAID 10. It's not 10, it's RAID 1 and 0 put together. So what does this mean? You get the speed increase of a RAID 1 with the redundancy of a RAID 0. Wait, that was backwards, sorry. You get the speed of a RAID 0 with the redundancy of a RAID 1. With RAID 10, you need 4 hard drives. 2 of them will, just as like a RAID 0 works, it'll get half the data written on both of them at the same time, and then when you read, just like RAID 0, it'll read at the same time, be twice as fast as just one hard drive, and then the data gets written in the exact same way to the other 2 drives. So you get the speed of RAID 0 and the redundancy of RAID 1 at the expense of 4 drives. But hard drives are also fairly inexpensive now. I got a 5TB hard drive for $130. So RAIDs are actually becoming less and less useful until I make my next video about the other less known versions of RAID, which are used for giant servers, the kind that Microsoft, Apple, Google, Twitter, Facebook have, that need RAID because they need to store hundreds of thousands of terabytes of data. So, be sure to watch that video. Anyway, if you like this video, like. If you didn't, dislike. Comment and tell me what you think.